Hi, this is a review for the Klipsch speaker that they are simply calling the One. What it is a bookshelf speaker that is a little bit retro and also loaded with the latest technology, which is a good thing. That's the first thing I noticed about it was the look, and I don't know how you can notice anything else about this the first time you see this speaker. It's available in walnut and also in ebony. But either way, when you look at this, it just screams retro. It says, to me, the first thing I thought of was this could be on Don Draper's desk. That's the kind of look that it has to it. And I think it looks really awesome. Definitely where most Bluetooth speakers are pretty simple looking black speakers with not a whole lot of attitude, not a whole lot of style. I dig the style on this. I love the copper accents. The controls are simply, they're gorgeous, really. And they're very simple to use, which is great, especially if you want to give this to a parent or a grandparent who's going to, one, love this style to begin with, and two, you can hook it up to their phone on Bluetooth and they can just use it without having any kind of a problem. Because the controls, I don't know how much easier you got. You have a toggle switch. That turns the device on and off. You have a dial right below that toggle switch, which selects between your auxiliary input and the Bluetooth, your device, whatever you want to hook up to it via Bluetooth. And the last one is for the volume. On the back, only two connectors there. One is for a power cord. The other is for a 3.5 millimeter cable, so you can hook this up either from a headphone jack on your phone, MP3 player or whatnot. You can get an RCA jack to 3.5 millimeter if you want to take this from the, even an output on a turntable or receiver, something like that. You can go directly into this and have your sound covered. There are 3 speakers, drivers overall in here. You have 2.5-inch drivers on the outside, and you have a 4.5-inch speaker in the middle, which is going to give you the low end. And it did give more low end than I thought. I mean, it's a little bit larger, again, than an average Bluetooth speaker here, just to give you an idea. That's a little Bluetooth speaker that I've been using for a while. As you can see, it's not even in the ballpark. This is a dinghy, and this is, a Titanic when you're comparing them that way. But this is still portable enough to bring from room to room. And the nice thing about a larger speaker is it can actually move air, which means you can actually get some bass response, which is a very, very good thing. I tested this with all different types of music. The first thing I put on was Sinatra and then Dean Martin because the look of this just called for it, and it sounded so good, unbelievable. That's the type of music really that I feel this speaker was tuned for, as it would be for, I think, just voice. So if you're listening to audiobooks, or if you're listening to baseball games and that, I can almost hear Vin Scully's voice coming out of this, Dodger fans. And it seems like a device that just belonged in a decade or two ago, but the electronics and the sound quality have brought it to today. But it has that nice, warm, vintage sound. It played things like the Beastie Boys. I like to try things that have a lot of bass going on with vocals, and you try to see if you can get the bass to break, or the vocals to get overshadowed. This did really well with everything from the Beastie Boys to Frank Sinatra to Taylor Swift, to Dire Straits. It did everything really well. It gave a nice, well-rounded, warm sound, good in the low end with the bass, really good in the mid-range, and good at the high end. If anything, there is a slight roll-off at the top, which means cymbals don't seem to go on forever, but they're there. It's just something that, every speaker has its own characteristic, and this one, it definitely has more of a warm, full sound than a really harsh high-end sound, which I really, really enjoy. The Bluetooth worked, like I said, surprisingly easy to pair that up. The sound with the Bluetooth is excellent, which isn't always the case, and I couldn't really tell much of a difference running the same source through Bluetooth as I did through a 3.5 millimeter cable, so that's a good thing. That means it's a really high quality Bluetooth receiver in here. It's using the latest aptX codec, I believe, because there was no lag when testing this with videos. And that usually to me means it has the aptX codec. I don't necessarily see that on the listing here. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me and I'll put something on the video saying that that's not the case. But that's a good thing. There's no lag when you're watching videos. So if you want to hook up this with a tablet on Netflix, start the movie, you can get some nice full sound and, not have to worry. You can pretty much have this little, have your own little home theater experience wherever you go. Now I'm going to try to give you an idea of what this sounds like, which is why we're using this rig here, and I'm not using my normal review rig where my voice is being compressed and sounding like the, full radio, low end and all that, because I wanted to give you more of an idea of what the speaker sounded like, because I don't think you really care that I sound good. You want to know what the speaker sounds like. So we're going to use the toggle switch and turn the speaker on here. You see the light comes on. Bluetooth should already be selected, and it is. And I've got my phone here, so if you'll bear with me for 1 second, we'll let you hear what this sounds like. Hopefully that gives you an idea. I know that's a long little bit of just listening to audio, but I wanted to give you an idea. Again, I know it's hard because you're coming out of the speaker and then into the microphone, but I wanted to give you a basic idea of what that speaker sounds like, and hopefully, that was able to do so. Overall, definitely recommend this one to anybody who likes music, who likes that retro look. And again, this is something I'd really put on the list if you have parents or grandparents who lately haven't been listening to a whole lot of music. You're finding it hard to get them into the Bluetooth and putting the music on their phone and that. This is stupid easy. Once the Bluetooth is connected, it's really easy to get that the music playing through there, and it sounds good. It has that retro look, has that retro vibe to it. It has a nice full sound. It has the low end, like I said, the bass is there. They rate it down to 56 hertz, up to 20 kilohertz. And I believe that seems to be an accurate spec from what I've heard. The thing gets loud. My meter that I use to measure the overall decibel levels disappeared somewhere. If I find that, I'll add that to the speaker's review as well down by the comments. But it gets loud. There's no problem at all with this as far as getting volume out of the speaker, and it's quality sound, which is good. Even at the higher volume levels, I had no problems with anything breaking up. And since it's all an internal amplifier, that's to be expected. Everything should be and seems to be built well together. Everything works really well together. Everything sounds really good together. And again, if you like Sinatra or Dean Martin, this is the kind of music that just sounds absolutely excellent with the speaker. It might just be I'm crazy. People have said that before, but I think the look just kind of added to it, and maybe subconsciously that's maybe why I thought everything sounded better. from that particular era. But Dire Straits, those kind of things, Taylor Swift still sounded awesome from the speaker as well. So give it a try. If there's anything we didn't cover on this, feel free to put that down in the comments, and we will answer the question if we can. If we don't know the answer, we'll certainly try to find it out for you. I think, like we said, the high points here, 8-hour battery if you want to move this around in your house. Otherwise, you can leave it plugged in at all times. You can use Bluetooth as well as a 3.5 millimeter cable, which means you can play pretty much anything through it. I'm hooking it up right after the review to my Echo Dot, and because we just got it, the Echo, and the sound quality is nice on the overall Echo, the big garbage can looking cylinder thing, but it's nowhere near what this device is. So get yourself a Dot, get yourself one of these, and you'll have the ultimate Amazon Music experience. Definitely give that a try. Those are the high points. Looks awesome, sounds great. Definitely give it a try. Subscribe to my channel here so you always get the latest reviews. And I thank you for watching. I am Darren O'Neill.